Sí. What's up, mate? How you been? I got so much freaking wiring to do, dude. Lots and lots and lots of wiring. When I got into this project, I don't think I comprehended the amount of custom wiring and custom changes I would be doing in this vehicle. It's been insane, bro. Fucking insane. I made a video, just made a video about all the wiring diagrams I drew. Oh well, hell yeah. I spent the last 2 days just drawing wiring diagrams. I found that was much easier. Draw it all out and then figure it out. 11 circuits I'm adding to this truck that were not there in 1973. Right now I'm just starting the wiring after doing the wiring diagrams. I'm starting at the rocker switches. So all the grounds are connected together. So this whole top row is grounds. So you just gotta jump every freaking one of them and then just leave one lead to tie into your ground. And then like all these, the running lights will be on all these bottom ones. So you just 4 wires, jump across. Building all the jumpers is time consuming. And I solder everything. I don't use butt connectors anywhere. I just cut the wrong sizes. I won't use a single butt connector on this whole vehicle. Not one. Every wire connection will be soldered. That's the way I've always done it. I learned that as a mechanic a long time ago, back in the early 2000s. Worked with some really smart old guys that taught me a lot of things. This old man used to say, you want to keep seeing the vehicle and keep working on it? Use butt connectors. You want it to last forever and not come back? Solder it. I've been soldering wires ever since. It takes a lot longer. There's like a tiny ass friggin' something crawling here. It coming out of my hair. Woo! It runs. What the fuck is that? Stay on there, dude. Curled up now. He thinks he's being attacked. Okay. There we go. Solder. Heat shrink. No butt connector. Don't do it. It's not needed. You'll only be mad at yourself later. 5 years down the road, you got a loose connection. You're like, you can't figure it out, and all it is a loose connection at a butt connector. The thing about soldering wires is it doesn't even have to look pretty to be functional. You just do it. Memory. Wiring tears your fingers up too. Just, doesn't take much living on love. Once you get there in life, it's the greatest thing. Prior to that is the most stress, crazy, stupid shit of your life. But once you realize you don't need any of the bullshit, just love, It becomes financially easier too. One, two, three, four. I added an extra one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I added an extra one. So you know what I'll do? I'll probably leave it for spare. Say if somebody later decides they want to add a circuit, they could just add it to this one right here. Bam! Look at how clean that looks. This one we'll just put a piece of heat shrink on this one, and this can be just a spare. Knowing me, I'll probably use it before the end of the build. I'll be like, I need a ground right here. I got that extra ground up there. That's how you use heat shrink to cap the end of a wire. See, is it zoomed? Yeah. Heat it up, pinch it together, boom, done. One, two, three. Is that right? What up, Chris? How you been, man? I hope you're doing well. How's the tree life? Bro, my locust tree this year, I literally just told somebody that I'm only going to get a month of nothing falling off of it. And it's already dropping. I didn't even get a week of nothing falling off of it. And it's already dropping. I despise my locust tree. But it's very beautiful and provides a lot of plentiful shade. Locust trees are a pain in the butt. Hanging in there, I would agree. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Hope you are well as well. I hear you. Sometimes hanging in there is all we got. You can get up tomorrow and do it again. Each day, God blesses us with another day. I saw UK's like on fire. At least they're making it out to be. Something how old is the locust tree? I think this property was like 65, so it's probably 65 years old. I don't know, it's huge. It's really old. And somebody's taking good care of it. It's been what? Cleaned and trimmed up quite a few times. Really? No, I know. They're like, I saw a thing the other day, 1995, 26 degrees Celsius was like this sunshine, and everybody was like, woo, gonna be a nice weekend. And now it's fear mongering. 26 Celsius is, you gotta like prepare for it. Everybody take shelter. Make sure you got all of this cooling devices that you can have to survive it. Like, you know, it's crazy. Every year is the hottest year we've ever had. Except for you go back and look in the friggin' 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. We had 100-degree days. It's not the hottest every day because there's a freaking record that's never broken that happened like 40 years ago. They do the same shit here, Matt, every day. Prepare for the heat wave. It's going to be 100 tomorrow. And? Like, so 1 day or 2 days or 3 days? Like, it's crazy. But UK looks, they're like, it's so hot. What'd they say? They shut the spigots off? See, seriously though, trees only last so long. Like, locust trees it's gonna die? It looks so good. Chris, if you're still here, I'll go show you the locust tree. No, I know it can't be that bad. I know it's not bad. Because I had a friend come over and quote me to thin it. Because my idea is if I thin it by 50%, then I'll have 50% less crap falling off of it year round. But I'll still keep the same canopy shade on the ground. And he agreed, but he wanted $3,000 to trim it. Oh yeah, no, I ain't taking it down. I promised Mary Lee I'll never cut it down because it covers so much of our yard. I mean it's irreplaceable shade. Our neighbors don't have the shade that we have, and their yard is like 10 degrees hotter than ours. Anything positive, I always try and run the heat shrink all the way to the end just for peace of mind. Yeah, yeah. That's what I said. You know what, Matt? And he's like a family friend too. And that was the family friend discount. What up, some guy? Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho. Well, hello, some guy. Can I get you a smoke? Here you go. Ho, 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 ho. Is this a thirst trap? What the hell is that? This is some dude just working on cars. Just some dumb redneck mechanic. What's a thirst trap? Isn't a thirst trap where you're like, you're trying to lure people in for money or something like that? Or for sex, something? What's the definition of a thirst trap? I obviously don't know. It's Top Man Red, yeah. Yeah. Some guy liked the Santa. I made a video of that. I know nobody goes back and looks at old videos, but I made a video of that. That video got a lot of views actually. It was hilarious. Sometimes a good novelty joke is just what the day needs. Okay, I can't mess this one up. So one here. Leaving. And that's not going far, so I'm just going to take this. This is the dash light circuit. I'm doing right now is the dash light circuit for the rocker switches. Santa video, yes, I watched it. Ha! Matt went back and watched it. That one was a good one. That's when I got that thing. I thought it was hilarious. People said it was vulgar. There's some people on there that said it's very vulgar. And I was like, have you been on social media? In real life? That is not vulgar. There's people on here that are vulgar just to look at. Legit. Did you see my latest video of the wiring diagrams I drew? See, Matt knows. I'm literally done with the wiring diagrams. I just started wiring, so now I'd be curious to know how many days it actually takes me to wire this up. I am curious how many days it's going to take me to add all this pages. So you guys want to see? You guys want to see? You don't got to go watch my video. This is the interior light, rocker switch, circuit, dome light, circuit, rear lights, spotlights, the seat heaters, the rear charge ports, the stereo system and amp and subs, crossovers. This is all the electric fan and the AC compressor. Tying in the vintage air PCM, trinary switch, the engine PCM, the new fuse block, and then the electrical fan, and then adding a fan relay and a AC compressor relay. Brake switch. This one was crazy. I didn't even know this. I subbed to over 500 people. Oh my gosh, I can imagine. That's too many. I don't even. You would never. I would never go back. I don't have time for a timeline to ever see 500 people's stuff. So it's crazy. The brake switch is nuts though, because in 1973 the fj40 just had 12 volts coming in and 12 volts go. So you apply the brakes and 12 volts goes to the lights. Well, the 4L60E torque converter has to be unlocked when you press on the brakes. So to unlock the torque converter in the 4L60E, you got this purple wire coming out of the PCM, and I'm going to use a relay. Me and Grok figured this out. And so this relay, every time you push the brakes, it will add 12 volts to this relay, and it will disconnect the 12 volt supply to the PCM that locks the torque converter up. That's how you use a brake switch for a 4L60E in a 1973 vehicle. Oh, don't let me hold you up, son. Fuel pump relay, headlights. Those are all the circuits that I'm adding to this vehicle that were not there in 1973. Except for the headlights. I'm kind of doing a 2 deal with the headlights. It's crazy. Matt, I appreciate you stopping in and saying hello, man. That's all you gotta do, dude. Do life, right? I always say that. I don't ever want anybody to feel like expected or anything like that, you know? We all have lives. We all have the videos we watch, the shit we scroll, the downtime we don't. You know what I'm saying? So I come into this with zero expectations of anybody and don't want to hold anybody to anything type shit. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get in here and yap every now and then and post some videos and help some kids out that want to learn how to be a mechanic and know that anybody can do this shit. Anybody. Thank you, DJM. It was stressful. Oh, you mod, yeah. See, that's my thing with that too. Is it's like it just brings this like expectation. Like I hear people like I go through people's lives and they're like yelling at the mods, like you guys aren't doing anything. What are you doing? And I'm like, or you're not here, or complaining about, you know, you haven't been here in a while. Like I kick mods off when they don't come. Like that's that expectation I can't do in life anymore. I can't do it anymore. I did it for 15 years in corporate and I ain't doing it anymore. No expectations of anybody. You, me, nobody. I just want everybody to live life as happy as they possibly can each friggin' day, because you may not wake up tomorrow. Plain and simple. Okay, I got 4 now. 1. So start wire, 1 jump, 2 jump, 3. I just did it again. 1, 2, 3. No, I still need that. You have the greatest personality. Ah, man, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Kind of knucklehead, really. But This has really helped me. Like sometimes I like to get on here because it puts me in a little better mood in my own depression and crap I deal with every day. Sometimes it's good to just talk to people. My son moved out June 1st, so I'm like the only one here all day long now. Likes, I always appreciate the likes too. I think likes are pretty cool. I don't get many though. I think people like to come in and kind of just watch, but just kind of just chill. And I'm okay with that too. Okay, running lights. This one right here. This one right here. This one right here. And this one right here. Something nobody will ever see. Well, take that back. Someday there might be a problem with one of these switches, and somebody might have to pull this switch panel out, and then they're going to see that. And they're going to be like, hi. Guess that guy kind of knew what he was doing when he built this thing. Okay. There's nothing else I can do because those are for the accessory or for the accessory. So this one goes out to each one of the devices. And this is the positive in for each one of the devices, which comes from the fuse panel. So I can't do that. Oh, I could run a length of wire right now that's going to go back to the fuse panel. I think I'm going to do that. I want to go measure it. We got to start labeling. I'll forget tomorrow. Do all this wiring, you have to lay on your back underneath the dash. So I try and get as much done out here as I can because it's really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable laying on in an fj40 floor, upside down, with your head on the brake pedal on the firewall. Oh my gosh. 3:30. My brain hurts from today, drawing on those drawings. Here we go. Sweet potato pie, and I shook my mouth. Interior lights. Cotton on the roadside, cotton in the ditch. We all picked the cotton, but we never got rich. Interior light fuse. Ain't nobody looking back there. Whoa, that's too big. Somebody told us Wall Street fell. We were so poor that we couldn't tell. Cotton was short and the weeds were tall. Mr. Roosevelt was gonna save us all. Mama got sick and Daddy got down. County got the farm and we moved to town. Now I can just throw it in there and I know exactly where it's gonna go. Interior. Dumb light's just identical. Song of the South. Oh my gosh. Holding my tongue right is not helping. Fit to be tied. I love. I only subscribe to 5. Who said that? That was Chris, right? Chris, that's actually a compliment, man. That's a pretty cool compliment Chris gave me. Chris is a good dude, I can just tell. A good dude. Those two come out, go to the dome light. That's done, that's done. Rear lights. Same thing. 13 watching, only 7 live. Matt! How hot is it really there, though? I try not to tell anybody, but Oregon the last few years has had nothing but really good weather. Probably like the last 5 years. I'm gonna get off soon. I gotta go do chores. I'm really working on this thing now. I can tell you for the first 4 months I wasn't really working on this thing. I mean, I was, but now I'm really working. I put in like 14 hours yesterday. So now I gotta try and find time to get all my yard work done and my chores done, but still make sure I'm getting this done, because I want to be done by the end of July. If I can get this thing wired up in the next week, the only problem is I got to work on that Caballero. The radiator is going to be here for that Caballero here soon, so I got to take a week off the fj40 to put the Caballero back together. I hate these ones. I hate them. I'm done. Those are junk. Amazon junk right there. How's your build going, Matt? How's your Land Cruiser? Chris, I just want to say thank you, because I didn't say thank you earlier, but that's a pretty big compliment, saying you only subbed to like 5 people. So I just want to say thanks. Oh, I was going to show you the tree. You want to see the tree? You want to see the FJ for people who have never seen it? I kind of set that emblem there. I haven't bolted it on yet. The back end of this thing is so, like, clean. Just clean and simple. Look at this dash. Look at that mirror. I mean, look at those scratches. You can see those scratches, like right here. See all those scratches? But I don't know who's gonna look at it like this. But seeing like this reflection of every knob, that's all I wanted. And that's what I got. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I started putting the front end together and I'm missing these pieces of rubber that go right here. So I had to stop putting the fenders on, and I need the fenders on to mount the battery and to mount the computer. I can't mount the battery or the computer until I get the fenders on. So, but now I'm trying to find those rubbers. I found them, but anyways, I got it. The pins are coming tomorrow. So yeah, check this bad boy out, dude. I have no idea how old it is, but it's big. And it's beautiful. And it shades. So I have a maple over here. And so you see the maple's just as big. And between the maple and the locust, I get all this shade all day. But yeah, look at this sucker. Whew. And that's why I was like, man, if we could take 50% of that away, I'd get 50% of the less falling off of it. Have an arborist that sprays trees. Look at it. Sparries, sprays. Yeah. I did. He wanted $3,000. My friend, he's a family friend too, and he came over. He works for a tree service here in town. He does all their estimates, and he wanted $3,000 to thin it out. Well, to thin out the maple, do some of the work on the maple too, I guess. So maybe it's $1,500 a tree. But yeah, it's pretty healthy, I think. But it's yeah, there's no taking it down. I promised Mary Lee I'll never take it down. I'd say that's a fair price. All right. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. That might be the next project. 1984 K10. I'm not sure yet, though. I asked Grok yesterday. I was like, because I'm getting a lot of inquiries about, hey, like, well, the owner of this vehicle, every time he talks to people about it, they're like, hey, I got a vehicle. And everybody's got a vehicle. And I get it, everybody's got a vehicle. That's cool. I thought you were saying it was sick. No, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it because it never stops dropping. So you get, all winter long, obviously it drops. And then in the spring, you get the seed pods. And then as soon as the seed pods are done, the leaves start turning yellow and falling. And then when the leaves fall, then all the leaf stems have to fall. And that's all the way through winter, it seems like. It's like never ending. Literally. The seed pods fell for like 3 months, maybe 2.5. Bruh. And I put a pool, not under it. I put a pool to the south of it And we have predominant winds from the south, so I thought I was good. And then the last like 2 years, we've had predominantly winds from the north. So the wind just blows those seed pods, so it keeps plugging my filter up. I thought about building one of those like the bug screens that Florida has, you know, that they have over their pool, you know, they're just this netting, this outdoor netting that's always, it's like permanent structure, you know. I thought about doing something like that because I can't cut the tree down. No, the tree's beautiful. Shade is priceless. You can't buy shade. So what people don't understand is like, you know, you really better think about it before you ever cut down a tree that shades like 20% of your property. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking, Chris. That's why I was thinking, that was my idea, is if I just took out like 50% of it, then I would get 50% less falling on the ground every year, right? So, but that's obviously not on the priority list. Costing that much money. I mean, it's a great idea. I think 50% is a lot, you've got to remember. What do you recommend? What do you recommend to take out of a tree that old? 30, 40%? Those roots are still providing nutrients to a big canopy. Yeah, it's big. It is big. I thought about renting a boom truck and just doing it myself. Just get back there with a boom truck and a chainsaw and just, I have no idea what I'm doing though. I'm being a smart ass. Like, arborists are there for a reason, have studied trees, know what the hell trees do and how they grow and what to cut and when to cut and how much to cut. And I'm just playing. I would never like put a saw in my hands and go to town on it unless I cut it down. If I cut it down, then rear lights, to rear lights relay pin 30. That's a lot to put on the thing. Maybe I'll do R, no, rear light, pin 30. Relay. Not really. It's pretty high up. It's got a lot of natural like moss and stuff that grows on it, so it's got like 1,000 squirrels in it. It's funny though, that tree they can't get out of. They can't get out of that tree because there's nothing else close enough to the tree. Well, I guess they could jump to the maple if they want to, but they don't. So the cats will tree the squirrels up that tree, and then it's a standoff the rest of the day. The cat will sit at the bottom of the tree because he knows the squirrel can't jump out of the tree. It's hilarious. And the squirrels get so mad, they chitter. And they just sit there and start barking, if you know what squirrel bark sounds like. We have gray squirrels here. But yeah, you don't see a lot of like cut marks where they just like took off like big branches, you know? I think it's always just been thinning. You can just tell that, like, I guess the reason I say it's always been thinned and taken care of is because there's no dead. There's no branches fall out of it. Like, somebody has done it enough times that there's like nothing, you know what I'm saying? There's not a bunch of dead branches in it. One more. Front lights. Last one I can do before I gotta put that in. Oh, I can't hold on to it. You can certainly do it yourself. Anything straight, up or down, and ones that cross each other. Start low, work your way up each main branch. That's good advice. I never thought about. I really did think about renting like a genie lift though. I got a buddy who works at the Pape rental, so I could get a good deal on a boom lift. I gotta get to it, I know. I'm gonna get off here in a few and start smoking. I'm gonna smoke. I haven't been smoking. Because all this wiring requires way too much brain power. Drawing wiring diagrams for 2 days really hurt my brain. So yes, Ritik, I'm going to. Thank you for the suggestion. Rick Tech's a fan of me smoking, apparently. One of those pull behind cherry pickers would do it. That's yeah. They got those too. But I was those things don't work on uneven ground though. They're really particular, right? Where the Genie Lift gives you a little more forgiveness on the unevenness. But those tow behinds are much cheaper to rent though, because it doesn't take a semi to deliver it. That's a good idea, Chris. I didn't think of that. 50-footer. Once I get this project done, I got to do some meaty stuff. I'm going to put builds on hold. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. So I asked Grok, I was like, so the owner of this one's getting a lot of like, hey, what's he working on? Hey, can you work on can you do my FJ? Hey, I want to do my FJ. And I get so overwhelmed by even just having those conversations. But I don't want to be like, oh, I'm all like so important, I can't talk to you about it. It's just the overwhelming factor. And so I asked Grok yesterday, I was like, how can I phrase that sentence? And Grok said something like, what did he say? Now I can't even remember the phrase I was going to use. Yeah. This is my phrase now. He's locked in on the build, no distractions. When the job's done, then he'll talk what's next. That's it. I'm locked in on this right now. I'm fully focused on this. I don't want to talk about any of the what's next. I got to get this done. Word. That's what I'm saying. So when I get this done, yeah, I got to get some home projects done. I have over 500 videos posted on my channel. 90% of them are tree related. Heck yeah. I've looked at a few. Yeah, I did it for 15 years. I did it for 15 years as a career. An insane juggle. And so I'm just at a point in my life now where I'm not doing it anymore. I can't, physically I can't. If you can believe that, Chris, I'm physically ruined from it. I had to have a conversation with Brock the other night about how back in the day I could compartmentalize a million tasks all day long. No problem. And it just took a toll. Let's just say it just took a toll. Now I'm very one task at a time. All right, that's that. Whoa, Bill! Oh, on YouTube? Life changes, right? So much life changes where what things that you normally do, like you feel good about, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like getting, well, fall is proof that change is good, right? Is that old saying? I got the switch panel done. That's my first thing to get wired up. So I spent 2 days doing all the wiring diagrams. I got all the wiring diagrams drawn out, which helped. Because kind of the same thing. I was like, when I came out here, it was like, I got to wire up 11 circuits right now. Where do I even start? And my mind just went into overdrive. So now I was like, wait a second. If I sit down and like draw out every circuit, and then I have a game plan going one circuit at a time, and that helped. That helped a lot. So I got all the wiring diagrams done. and started wiring today. So now I got probably a good, I don't know, a week maybe? Let me get all the wiring done on top of the sound deadener, and then I'll put the insulation down and use the insulation to hide anywhere like wires thick or anything like that, just by separating. And then the carpet will go over that. So everything will be hidden. So when I get wiring done, then, I mean, it's just insulation carpet, and then hook up all the wires to all the components as you install everything, right? Stereo, all that stuff. So I got everything here now, I think, other than like little miscellaneous things. If I can get the fenders on, I can get the fenders on tomorrow, then I can get the computer mounted tomorrow. And once I get the computer mounted, then it's going to go a little quicker. I figured out I can mount the computer right here. It's going to be pretty trick. I'll have to show some videos about how I mounted the computer. Chris, thank you for stopping in, man. I appreciate your insight on the tree, and that's a big help. And I ain't one to be like, hey, you don't post anymore. Like, live your life, man. I want everybody to just live their life however you're happy at, you know. And if it ain't about posting no more, so be it. But yeah, I appreciate you subbing and hanging out and visiting anytime we're in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bill, what was up with your live? Is that normal delay or was that me? Was that my stream watching you that had a delay? Because there was quite the delay from posting a comment and then you reading it, like, you know, and you were reading them all. It was just the delay of them coming up. I was just curious if that's something with how you're running a stream platform, and there's a delay on that. No, it was like 5 minutes, 4 minutes. It was ridiculous. It was like, I'm not exaggerating, probably 3 minutes. 4 or 5 minutes is maybe an exaggeration. But it was delayed. It was bad, dude. It was so bad that I was like, I wrote my goodbye message, and then I don't know, I just didn't want to be rude, just hang up type thing. So I like left the house and we came out here and I was showing Mary Lee stuff and I still had I was carrying you in my hand. And we left the house, came out here, and we talked. And then you saw my mess, and I'm just like, yeah, it was like 2-3 minutes. Now I'm down to 2 minutes, but I'm telling you, it was a major delay. So if that's not normal, that's cool. Streamlabs, yeah. One time I was like gonna sit and do Streamlabs, and I always wanted to like have a place to vent, and I still might do it someday. I told Mary I just might set up a microphone in a room with a black wall and just go on there and vent. But I'd probably get banned. Whenever I start venting, I usually get banned. All right, guys and gals, YouTube, live, I got to seriously go do some chores and catch up because I've been in here way too much lately, and it's already 4:06. So, cheers. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, it was crazy. Next Monday, dude. We'll try it again. I bet it was me. I'm sure it was my connection. I'm sure it was. Because nobody else was like, hey, Bill, there's a problem. Like, what the heck, you know? So, and everybody else was just flowing. So it's probably just me. So don't stress about it. I'm sure it was just me. But anyways, cheers, guys. God bless. Till next time. We'll do it again.